Welcome back, Pokemon Trainers. Professor Chaz here. The lab coat's on back order, and it's time for another Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon news information video. A new trailer has come out. I was actually uptown doing some hunting of some wild Cubone and Marowak in Pokemon Go, the Halloween update. They didn't even say Cubone and Marowak are going to be more common, but apparently they are, or at least in my area. But anyway, I decided to stop off and take a look at my YouTube and saw there's a new trailer. Based on the thumbnail, which I've only seen so far, I haven't checked the video yet, it does show the starter evolutions, the final evolutions of our Alolan starter Pokemon. And I'm going to do this video, as I did before, in two kind of forms. One with the trailer and one without, just in case anything does get copyright claimed. I want to be able to get up my reaction to the stuff on the website. So we're going to take a look at the trailer right now, which you may or may not see depending, again, on copyright. But then we're going to get to the website information afterwards. So let's fire up this trailer right now and see everything in action. Your partner Pokemon have fully evolved. Now, based on the the thumbnail of the trailer, I have seen that Decidueye, Grass, and Ghost. That is interesting. How does it lose the flying type? It still has wings. What? Alright, but there was a leak some time ago that showed off the final evolutions, and Decidueye's signature move is Spirit Shackle, prevents the opponent from switching out. It does damage too based on that sound. Anyway, so the leak that came out, I was hoping it wasn't true because I don't like things being leaked, but these are exactly what were in the leaks. Incineroar, Fire and Dark. So everyone that was fearing the fire fighting type possibility, not to worry. We have another Houndoom right here in starter form. Look at the size of those paws. It's gotta learn Fire Punch. Look at it just... So wait, why is it on stage while you're doing this? Darkest Lariat ignores the opponent's stat changes. Okay, so like chip away kind of thing. And we see Popplio's final evolution becomes Primarina. Water and Fairy, as we were kind of expecting it was going to be. So we have a Water Fairy type as the starter. So they are all dual types in the end. And so Dark beats Ghost. Ghost doesn't really beat Fairy. Sparkling Aria heals the burns of any target it strikes. Okay, meet the Guardians of the Alola region. I'm trying to think, would you actually be able to hit your own teammate with that attack? Tapu Lele, Psychic Fairy, with Psychic Surge. What will that even do? The battlefield got weird. Fair enough. We're going to find out on the website, of course, what that does. Eradicate You Sucker Punch. So does Dark attacks not work during that? Or is it... Maybe priority moves don't work. What is that? Ula Ula Island, Tapu Bulu with Grassy Surge. So they all have a surge feature. It's going to bring a certain kind of terrain out. It's just basically like grassy terrain. This looks like almost like a bull. It's got the hooves and everything. I guess it is kind of a bull, Bulu. That looked like it might have been Hornleech. I didn't even see the typing. Hang on. I'm not even paying attention to everything they're showing us. What types is Tapu Bulu? Grass Fairy. Okay. So we have Electric Fairy with Tapu Koko. Tapu Lele is Psychic Fairy. Grass Fairy for Tapu Bulu. And Tapu Fini is Water Fairy with Misty Surge. Does that do the Misty terrain I'm taking it? You can't even see Alolan Exeggutor's heads. Look at that. Alright, so the mist is swirling. And what does that one do again? I think everyone that's on the ground heals... No, that's the grassy terrain. I can't remember what these certain terrains do, but it's cool that they bring them out. The Tapu share a unique Z move. What is this? Guardian of Alola. What the heck is this? It's the Yellow Devil! Where's Mega Man? Look at it! Is this like Megazord from Power Rangers? Look at this! Neutral hit. Encounter even more Pokemon. Cosmog. Psychic with Unaware. What exactly is that? I guess we're getting the Alola form Persian. Okay. I don't know what to say about that. When is the beginning of the Alolan Pokemon League? What? Mount Lanakila. Aloha, we're gonna make an awesome league here. So, there will be a league. Alolan champions can take on the Battle Tree. battle and team up with other famous trainers. Okay, Cynthia. Interesting. Wally! With Gallade. Wally's back. That's cool. Battle the Legends. Alright, red and blue. Kind of different style, but they're of course dressed in for Alola gear, it looks like. Interesting. Probably gonna have his classic team. Good old gym leader of Viridian City. And Pokemon Trainer Red, super powerful at the top of Mount Silver, leading off with a Pikachu, of course. So, some interesting stuff. We're going to jump over to the website right now and take a closer look at some of this information. We're going to start off with the final evolutions of the starter Pokemon. Just to take it right to the Pokemon page, perhaps. So, a lot of interesting stuff dropped in that trailer. We do see some neat typings, some unique, I would say unique typings, we've had those typings before, but some different typings for the final starter evolutions. How are these all out of order? I guess Grass, that's Psychic, that's Water Fairy. Alright, so let's start off here with Decidueye. It's interesting it loses the flying type aspect and becomes a Grass Ghost type. The Aeroquill Pokemon still has Overgrow, of course. This Pokemon is able to move about while completely masking its presence from others. Once an opponent has lost sight of it, Decidueye seizes the chance to attack it unawares. In a tenth of a second, that's pretty quick, Decidueye plucks an Aeroquill from within its wing and sends it hurtling towards its target. Its speed is astonishing, but not more so than its precise aim, which enables the Aeroquill to pierce a target through and through from half a mile or more away. Decidueye usually acts very cool, but it can become terribly flustered in unexpected situations like a surprise attack. A skilled Decidueye can boast acrobatic curved shots. It seems some are also able to shoot arrows that reach up through the sky, only to come drilling down from above, piercing multiple targets, one after another. That's vicious. Spirit Shackle is a ghost-type physical move that only Decidueye can learn, and Smeargle, probably. An opponent hit with this move will become unable to flee from battle or switch out for an ally. Alright, so that is interesting. Now, as I said during the trailer itself, it does show, these have been leaked a long time ago. How would you say long time ago? These were leaked at some time ago, and the final evolutions have already been known by some, but that's the kind of thing that I don't like to know about beforehand. Why can I not go back? And I didn't put too much focus on the final evolutions that were shown in the leak, but they are all here, of course. And bear with me, computer's trying to load up here. I want to check out Incineroar next. There we go. Alright. Man, this is being slow today. So let's check out what this Fire and Dark type final evolution for Litten has to offer. It is the Heal Pokemon. Fire Dark with Blaze. As its fighting spirit increases, the flames that... And certainly they say fighting spirit. You would almost think they would want to go fire fighting type, but they learned their lesson after 3 generations in a row to not do that. As the firing spirit increases, the flames that Incineroar produces within its body burst from its navel and waistline. Since the flames somewhat resemble a championship belt, they're known as its Flame Belt, and the Pokemon unleashes moves that use flames from it. In the heat of battle, Incineroar shows no concern for its opponents and sometimes even launches attacks that strike the opposing trainer. Sounds like Kukui's been doing some battling against this thing. As a result, many tend to dislike this and keep it at a distance. If a crowd watching it battle is pumped up, Incineroar's fighting spirit will burn brighter, but a lackluster crowd can make it lose focus or fight shoddily. When it receives the admiration of young Pokemon and children, it may keep up its cold attitude on the outside, but in its heart of hearts, Incineroar is immensely happy. It loses the desire to fight when faced with a Pokemon that's clearly weak or injured, and it sometimes gets taken advantage of as a result, so it's got a really noble spirit to it. Darkest Lariat is a Dark-type physical move that only Incineroar can learn, and it allows Incineroar to deal damage while ignoring the effects of any stat changes that the target might otherwise be affected by. So, interesting that if you were to screech its defense down, looks like Darkest Lariat would ignore the defense drop, but if they have used like Iron Defense, it ignores that too. And as I said in the trailer, look at the size of the paws on this thing. This thing has got a massive grip on it. So that is Incineroar. Now let's take a look at, eventually, the evolution of my starter, because I'm going with Popplio, of course. I haven't yet decided if I want to make it fully evolve or not, and I don't know if anyone would be sort of put off by the appearance of this Pokemon. I heard there was a lot of kind of backlash towards Brionne, but I'm okay with Primarina. I think this looks pretty awesome. It's the soloist Pokemon, water and fairy type. And again, just like the other two starters, it has the elemental boost of Torrent. As it dances, Primarina releases balloons of water into the area around itself, moving them using the sound waves from its voice. The sight of moonlight reflecting off its glittering balloons creates a magical sense. Since Primarina controls its balloons using its voice, any injury to its throat can become a grave problem. Its greatest enemies are arid environments and the overuse of its voice during back-to-back battles. So, little side note, I wonder if this might get possibly Pixelate, because it's talking about the voice. It could get Hyper Voice, and given that it's a Water Fairy type, it might maybe have Pixelate as a hidden ability to get the classic Sylveon / Mega Gardevoir boost of Fairy type Hyper Voice. Among the balloons that Primarina releases, some explode when touched while others do not. Primarina jump on the non-exploding balloons, wise choice, while they make sport of their opponents, and they use the exploding variety to trigger chained explosions. Primarina's songs have many variations, and each one changes the motions of the balloons. It has been observed that songs are shared among Primarina living together, so different colonies end up knowing different songs. Sparkling Aria is a water-type special move that only Primarina can learn, and it heals the burns of any target it strikes. So, interesting thing is, both the other two starters learn a unique move of their secondary typing, but Primarina gets one that is water-type. You would think they would give it a unique fairy attack, but oh well, I'm okay with that. So those are these starters. Now we have seen new Guardians in the Alola region. We've got Tapu Bulu, Tapu Lele, and I think Tapu Fini. So open up these in different tabs here. So this is the Land Spirit Pokemon. It is clearly inspired by a bull. It's even got a cowbell on the bottom. We need more of that. It is a Grass Fairy with the Grassy Surge ability. That's a lot of reading. Tapu Bulu has the power to manipulate vegetation and cause it to grow. It can use this power on its own horns, which are made of wood, changing their shape or making them larger. This can come in handy in battle. This stolid Pokemon is not very active. People's opinions differ on whether or not it's docile, on whether it's as docile as it seems, or if the reason it doesn't move much can be chalked up to simple laziness. Tapu Bulu does not like unnecessary battles or frightening other Pokemon. Because of this, it makes a loud ringing noise with its tail, cowbell, to alert those nearby of its presence. Although Tapu Bulu may not like to start battles, it shows no mercy when dealing with evildoers. Now, they did show us Tapu Koko fighting the Ultra Beast 02. Wonder if Tapu Bulu's going to take one on as well. It shows no mercy when dealing with evildoers. It said that when thieves once broke into its ruins, it punished them by swinging trees around like massive clubs. Tapu Bulu can learn Nature's Madness, an attack that slams a target with all of Nature's Rage, which reduces the target's HP by half. Didn't we see Tapu Koko gets that too, I think? Maybe all the Tapu can. Tapu Bulu's ability is Grassy Surge, an ability no Pokemon has previously had. With Grassy Surge, the field will be turned into grassy terrain when Tapu Bulu appears in battle, boosting the power of any Grass-type moves used by Pokemon touching the ground, and restoring a bit of HP to them each turn. It also halves the damage taken from the moves Earthquake, Magnitude, and Bulldoze. Interesting, because Grass is resistant to ground, of course. Tapu Lele, the Land Spirit Pokemon of Psychic Fairy typing with Psychic Surge. That's even more reading. Let's get into it. There is a legend which says that long ago, Tapu Lele once brought an end to war between the islands of Alola by scattering its scales and soothing the tired warriors. Tapu Lele scatters glowing scales that physically affect others, providing stimulation to their bodies and healing their illnesses or injuries. But these scales can be dangerous as well, because a body can't withstand the changes brought about by contact with too many scales at the same time. Interesting. It will scatter its scales over humans and Pokemon for its own enjoyment. While it is innocent in one sense, there's also cruelty in the way it casually brings others to ruin. That's pretty malicious. If Tapu Lele doesn't have much energy stored in its shell, it may lack the strength to seize victory in a head-on battle. With this in mind, it tends to prioritize not losing a battle over actually beating a foe, and it's skilled at strategies such as inflicting status conditions on opponents. Nature's Madness slams a target with blah 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 blah. Psychic Terrain is a move that no other Pokemon was able to learn, and using it will boost the power of any Psychic-type moves used by Pokemon on the ground and prevent them from being hit by priority moves. Psychic Terrain, okay. I'm getting this mixed up because I'm reading... Okay, I thought I was talking about Psychic Surge. Tapu Lele's ability is Psychic Surge, an ability no other Pokemon has previously had. With Psychic Surge, the field gets turned into Psychic-type, or Psychic Terrain, when Tapu Lele appears in battle, boosting the power of any Psychic-type moves by Pokemon touching the ground, and being prevented from being hit by priority moves. So, okay, things like Quick Attack and Extreme Speed, with Psychic Terrain in play, they have no effect. Good to know. The last Tapu is Tapu Fini, the finished one, what would you call it? I guess the final one, Fini. Land Spirit with Water Fairy typing and Misty Surge. This Pokemon is able to create a special water that purifies both mind and body, but Tapu Fini requires the supplicants wishing to obtain the purifying water demonstrate the strength to withstand the Tapu's fog. Many humans have tried to withstand Tapu Fini's fogs in pursuit of its purifying water. Among them were some with evil intentions, which may be the reason for Tapu Fini's sense of disgust and lack of interest in appearing to people. Tapu Fini is able to attack by manipulating water. Since it hates to risk harm to itself during battle, it prefers to create a thick fog that puts opponents in a trance and leads them to destroy themselves. Tapu Fini's expression remains listless even when it's unleashing moves. Some people say that it might look this way because using its moves is so exhausting. The Pokemon's Nature's Madness slams the target with all of Nature's Rage, reducing the target's HP by half. We know all that. Tapu Fini's ability is Misty Surge, an ability no Pokemon has had. The field will be turned into misty terrain when Tapu Fini appears in battle, halving the damage taken by Pokemon on the ground from Dragon-type moves and preventing them from being afflicted with status conditions or confusion. So those are the land spirits of the other 3 islands in Alola. They did name the islands in the trailer, but I didn't actually pay attention to all the names, unfortunately. But we might find more information about that on the website. But first, another new Pokemon has been revealed, and as you can see here, another new Alola form, interestingly enough, has also been shown. So check them out right now. First up is Cosmog, the Nebula Pokemon. So it's a Psychic type, 8 inches tall, 0.2 pounds. That's I think that's the smallest Pokemon that we've had. It's tied with some other ones, I think like Diglett, and is Flabébé that small too, I think? Anyway, the ability Unaware, so it ignores all stat changes to the Pokemon basically, it ignores all stat changes to itself or the target when calculating damage, I'm pretty sure. This extremely rare Pokemon is known to only a select few in Alola. At one time, it was known only by the kings of Alola and their heirs, and it was called the Child of the Stars. The Aether Foundation is researching this unusual Pokemon, and one of the professors at the Foundation recently dubbed it Cosmog. Wonder who would have done that. Cosmog is very curious and shows no fear of people or Pokemon. If you treat it with any consideration at all, it will take an immediate liking to you. This personality trait often leads it into danger. Its gaseous body is so lightweight that it's sent flying when the wind blows. When light falls on this Pokemon, Cosmog absorbs it and grows. Now, I might be looking too much into this. Does this not have some sort of reminiscent appearance of Lunala in a way? The colors, the yellow arcs on top and bottom, the fact that there's like stars in the clouds. Something about this makes me think legendary, in a way. They say it's rare, extremely rare. What if this thing becomes the legendary? I don't know, that might be a way far out there theory, but just the color scheme, those yellow sort of arch symbols, and the stars, that makes me think Lunala. In fact, can I go back to all the Pokemon? No, it's not on that page, but I don't know. I think Lunala when I see that thing. Lunala baby form. Anyway, let's move on to the new Alola form, Alolan Persian. It's still a classy cat Pokemon. It is pure dark type, and Fur Coat and Technician. Fur Coat, actually. Now, what does that one do again? Doesn't it, double the defense? Something like that. And Technician boosting the less powerful attacks. The round face of Alolan Persian is the symbol of the rich Alola region, much like round Raticate, and it is held to be a Pokemon of great beauty. And it is such a distinctive Pokemon of the Alola region that all Persian are well protected, and strict inspections are required before tourists can be permitted to take one back to their home region. Persian is highly intelligent with an even higher opinion of itself. In general, it looks down on everything other than itself, so it doesn't tend to grow attached to its trainer either. So it's a difficult Pokemon to have as a partner in battle. I'll stick with my classic Kanto Persian whiskers, thank you. Its exquisite coat shines with a glow of high quality, and enchants both humans and Pokemon. For this reason, it is a very popular Pokemon in the Alola region. It usually puts on a refined act, but once a battle begins, it will indulge in the most underhanded of tactics, including surprise attacks, sucker punch, trickery, and even foul play. Isn't that actually a name of attack? Yet its haughty personality causes it to underestimate its opponents, and it's often taken in by their counter attacks, like Fighting type counter, super effective. Just kidding, counter just doubles damage, it's not super effective. Anyways, there's our Alolan Persian, everybody. Let's just move on. Now, it's an interesting design. It's definitely different than the classic, but they've done that with Raticate too. Raticate's all puffed up now, so I guess it kind of stands to reason. I'm just going to open this Guardian Deities on one page, and strong opponents in the battle tree. Red looks different. but this is red and blue from the Kanto games, of course. So this just takes us to the Pokemon page itself. We can skip that, and let's see what this battle tree is talking about. The battle tree where strong opponents await. Somewhere in the Alola region, you'll find the battle tree, a place where those trainers who have completed their island challenge, or who are strong enough to have done so, battle one another. All of the trainers you encounter at the battle tree are strong. It seems you might even encounter 2 battle prodigies from the Kanto region. Spoilers, they're right beside the write-up, red and blue. Scout partners to battle alongside you. Now this is interesting. At the battle tree, you can scout an opponent you've won against so they can partner with you in future battles. You may even be able to scout some familiar faces. Let's view the gallery, because as you can see here, Cynthia of the Sinnoh League is here with her signature Garchomp. You can take her on, then battle together in a multi-battle. You can also encounter Wally from the Hoenn region, then battle together in a multi-battle. So some classic faces are showing up in Alola, and I like how they do this. Like, I don't think Gen 3 had any real connections back to the previous generations. Not that I can recall. Gen 2 had a bit of that, but it hasn't been until more recent games that we've seen some of these more classic characters from the whole franchise of Pokemon. And this is kind of interesting. The Pokemon League. In the regions that have served as a setting for your adventures in the Pokemon series so far, the ultimate stage for battle has always been a place called the Pokemon League. The Pokemon League is where the Elite Four Pokemon trainers with powerful Pokemon partners, and the champion, who reigns as the top of all trainers, await challengers. A challenger who defeats the Elite Four and the champion will be hailed as the new champion of the Pokemon League. In the Alola region, the setting of Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon, there is no Pokemon League yet, but it seems that there are plans to construct one on the peak of a certain mountain. After the growth you achieve through completing the Island Challenge, will the day come when you also take on the Pokemon League to become the strongest Pokemon trainer? I'm thinking yeah, but we don't know, of course, just yet. You can see Kukui showing the player out there. And what is that on the water? It looks like just little houses on an island or two or something. Not sure. The Pokemon League in Pokemon Red and Pokemon Blue. There are seeing it in the Kalos region. And that's that. Now, is there anything else hidden away on the website? Let's click the Alola region and see what this shows us. And then we'll check the cool features. This might be the end of all the website information, however. There's just the basic Alola region. Okay, this is all the same here. Yep, so that is the same. We're going to check out cool features and see if anything is new here. Pokemon exclusive Z-moves revealed. Let's just check this out. This was also in the trailer. And as I say, this is like some Power Rangers, Transformers, fusers or something like that. Guardian of Alola Z-move. As guardian deities of Alola, the Tapu Koko, okay, hang on. Tapu Koko, Tapu Lele, Tapu Bulu, Tapu Fini. Yes! Can use the special Z-move, Guardian of Alola. When using the Z-move, the Tapu close their shells and a huge avatar appears from the ground to attack the opposing Pokemon, dealing damage equal to 75% of the target's remaining HP. So you could never get a knockout with that unless it's at 1 HP. But that's interesting. A whole 3/4 of their HP drained away in a single hit. I wonder how useful that's really going to be, though, because it still leaves them open to, heal the next turn, right? I don't know. We might see some decent use of that. I probably would want to go with something more like Catastrophica for my 1Z move for battle. But anyway, that is going to wrap up all the information that we have on the new trailer, the new stuff for Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon. So feel free to leave some comments down below, folks. Let me know what you think of all the new information that's been revealed today. Anything you want to talk about in the comments, just leave some comments down there. We'll get some interaction back and forth. And I'm not sure what to make of everything. I like seeing all these, the new Guardian deities. Wouldn't it be something if they could somehow all combine together, too? Probably won't see that. Like we saw it in the trailer, Tapu Koko seals the yellow shell and then becomes the head. What will the other ones look like when they do that, though? I'm kind of wondering. Looks like Tapu Bulu, the two sides probably come down to connect, and Tapu Lele probably just ducks her head inside, makes almost like an egg shape, and Tapu Fini kind of closes up and looks like a fish, like a spearhead fish or something like that. But anyway, we will see them in battle at some point. We haven't seen anything about new Ultra Beasts yet, which is kind of interesting, but we have seen the new starter evolutions, and it's all pretty cool. So I'm going to say thanks for checking out the video. Feel free to leave a like down below if you enjoyed it, and as I say, leave some comments. We'll get some conversation going in the not chat, but the comments down below, talking about all this new information with, what is it, less than 3 weeks, or It's about 3 weeks, I believe, until Sun and Moon do come out worldwide. We get to check out all this stuff for ourselves in-game. I'm excited, and I hope you're excited. Anyway, that is it. Professor Chaz is now signing off. I want to say once again, thanks for checking out this video, and I'll catch you next time.